Good morning. Morning. Hi guys, Paul here. PA Brew News back again with another cellar dweller beer review over at the parents' morning or after work. Kids are sleeping. They're gonna probably be sleeping for a while, so I usually come here, do a quick little beer review, hang out for a bit, take a nap, wake up, start the day again. Don't get much sleep, but hey, it's life. Life's like that. Got a beer here, and it even almost feels like it has a little condensation on it. See that? This is cellar temperature, pulling it out into this nice, slightly warm, humid day. This warm, humid morning. And this is Hair of the Dog, Fred, their American Strong Ale from Portland, Oregon. And this is got a little bit of age on it, probably not too godly much because it hasn't been in the dungeon too long. I have probably about 8 of these in the dungeon right now, so let those rest and grow and mature. So we'll see what happens. Lively carbonation on the hiss. And we'll throw Fred in here. Pouring a beautiful, like, kind of honey golden color right there, right off the bat. Lively head. Lively head. There's a lively head on that one. I'll put the Fred right there for a second. Just right there. Look at that. Lively. I think you can see that. I don't think that's gonna need light put to it. I mean, you can see that kind of cascading, crazy, lively carbonation in this Fred right here. Very lively beer. Definitely more carbonation than I would expect for an American Strong Ale. It almost has a Belgian-esque lively carbonation in this beer right now. Very interesting. Alright, that head is not dying down. So what I'll do right now is I'll put this effervescent carbonation right there and I'll read a little bit. Fred was created to honor beer writer and historian Fred Eckhard. Fred is made with organic Pilsner and rye malts, Belgian candy sugar, well, I guess that does explain a lot of it, Belgian candied sugar, and a combination of intense Northwest hop varieties. We hope that Fred will inspire you to share your knowledge with others as Fred has with us. And there we go. So there it is, right there. And it says Golden Special Ale, but it's classified, I guess, as an American Strong Ale. This is batch number 100. I think I had a batch 86 or something like that a little bit before. I think I had Fred with Matt from Massive Beer Reviews many years ago when he came over, like 2013 or 14. He came over to the dungeon once. We had it outside, in a beautiful outsideness kind of a thing. And we had an aged Adam, and we might just have been an aged Fred, but it was pretty fucking fantastic. True, joyful, wise, buoyant, Hair of the Dog Brewing Company, established in 1993, again in Portland, Oregon. So you go, it's died down a skosh. It has died down a skosh. Definitely kind of got a little bit of that kind of caramel honey kind of tonality. And that carbonation is just a raging still. And the crows are crowing, the carbonation's raging. The head isn't really going down, so let's get an aroma. Cheers. That rye peppery spice is definitely coming through, breadiness. A little bit of something that reminds me of a little bit of a slight caramel and wildflower honey. Definitely a lot of that rye coming up though. I would say there's a soft little bit of pine coming through, which makes sense. No, with those kind of Northwest hops. Spicy, earthy, a little bit of pine, but very soft. Plus, you're breathing through a pillow right now, so let's get it go. Cheers. Wish that carbonation would just be a little bit less. I mean, that's pretty aggressive. It's one of those things where you have to. Now I just chucked in the rest of it too, and it got angry with me. See that? That got way more murky too because of the dregs on the bottom of the bottle as well. So I just wanted to show you that real quick. As you can see, you can still see through it. But morning, Brother Craig. You can still see through it, but it is still very lively. But it is more hazy than it was. And that head is just stupid. Look at that head. That head is redonkulous. So we're gonna sit back here for a second, talk about that beer a little bit. Now it's from the first sip of this beer. No, it's going to be a little bit different probably. I probably should have waited before I put that the rest of the beer in, because I'll probably get a good idea of what the beer was before the sedimentation got put in. But it is what it is. This is a different beer. I'm burping up breadiness right now. A little bit of a floral spiciness. Hint of a weediness too, very subtle weediness. But there's crackery things from that Pilsner malt. You're getting, you are getting a lot of rye spice. I think that kind of rye bread kind of quality is kind of coming out when I breathe and burp it up. So you have to like that rye quality. I think it's a number one in aroma, and definitely kind of predominant in the burp back at least. A little spicy rye, crackiness in the bready, and that breadiness when I first hit it. But now that rye's coming back up. Messy beer. Messy beer. Try another one. It's interesting. Messy beer, man. Really easy drinking. I can say that, except for that carbonation. If that carbonation, that liveliness wasn't there, this would be a really easy drinking beer. Tons of breadiness. Just tons of breadiness. Crackery, saltine, kind of crackery, bready. Little of that rye bread as well. Hint of a caramel. Wildflower honey was in the nose. It's not really coming into the taste too much. Getting slightly easier to drink. A little bit of a grapefruit, very subtle grapefruit, mixing with a pepperiness, spiciness, rye spice as well, of course. Hint of something in that back, like a maligned little nuance of pine as well. But it's not pine forward. It's not like, you know, what you normally expect with like big, bold northwest hops. It's not hitting me in the face with pine or anything, but it's a little slight nuance under that earthiness. It's dying down, which is nice to see. It is becoming a little bit more easy to drink, easy to sip on, which is nice. Hair of the Dog for me always has this, even when you get like a fresh bottle of something, it always has this kind of slightly already cellared, already aged kind of a vibe. Whoa, if I do this, you can really see the sky. Maybe I'll do that because that's really nice. We can see the sky being all crazy, the sky like. Yeah, now it's transcending. Nice. At first, it was, you know, that carbonation was really attacking the palate. It was pretty crazy. Now, it's getting into more of a slightly earthy, slightly peppery, rye pepper, easy drinking beer. And for 10%, that's stupidly sippable. I mean, just like the beer we had, I had last time, the Lagunitas, it was 10.9, and I mean, it wasn't hard to drink at all. Really didn't bombard you with ethanol alcohol like this one isn't either. There's nuances of it. Again, you get hints right there. I got a good kind of hint of the ABV. Get a waft of like a floral wildflower honey kind of tonality, and you're like, okay, there's the ABV, but there's no burn. Nothing's making it hard to drink. Excuse me. Carbonation is still there, but it's not attacking like it was before. It's not blowing you up. Yeah, this would be definitely, it'll be interesting to see these just sit around and age and age and age and age and age. See what happens. So already this isn't the oldest bottle in the world, but it's not the freshest. And these hops that are in there, because it was aggressively hopped instead of something like that, like heavy hopped or aggressive hop, or hop with intensive beer hop varieties. But it's not stale. It's not like the Lagunitas, for example. That was having kind of a little bit of a staleness to it. This has a little bit of a soft mustiness, like like a nice little cellared beer, which I think even honestly Hair of the Dog stuff has usually that with that fresh. It might be the yeast they use, I don't know, but I don't think this one's gonna get cardboardy and kind of stale like the American barley wine I had yesterday. So that's nice, and I do believe there is enough malt base here with that rye malt, that little bit of a Pilsner malt, but there is some caramel, some nuanced caramel and stuff that could change, get more vibrant with time as well. So that's nice, and it'll balance it out a little bit. Maybe and hopefully that carbonation die off a little bit too. But I really do like this with the sedimentation. It just kind of smooths it out. It was a little bit on the thinner side. That breadiness, that added breadiness with the sedimentation, gives it a nice little kind of oily medium mouthfeel. And now it's just an easy sipper. Now it's died down, it's calmed down, it's kind of been reined in. And 10%, absolutely stupid. Really nice sipper beer. I think those Belgian candy sugars are adding to that kind of nuance. Soft, dark fruit, maybe a little bit of that caramel is coming from that Belgian candy sugar. That savory quality. Because it's got a nice little underlying sweetness. Not too sweet, but it balances out really nice. Belgian candy sugar might be giving a little bit of a help to that wildflower honey tonality that was getting in the nose, and a bit of the taste too, mixing with that kind of ethanol alcohol. Yeah, just an easy beer, nothing too crazy. I don't want, don't want to make these beers in the morning videos kind of too intensely crazy on the whole beer review thing. I want to get a little my overall thoughts out, but more just relax, shoot the shit kind of thing. So, but no, it's pretty good. Yeah. Probably only gonna screw around a little bit today. So even though it's a bigger beer, it's a small little bottle. So I'll probably go in there, get some water in me, try to see about getting some food and just relax a little bit. Try to take a nap or something, but then gonna go to the bank, run around, do some more things before I actually have to go sleep. Obviously I'm not gonna run around and go to the bank for another, it's like, excuse me, it's only like 7 in the morning. No, it's like 6:30 or something, excuse me, in the morning, and the banks don't open from 9, so I still have 2.5 hours to do nothing but drink water, get some food, and recuperate from this beautiful little beer. It is nice. It's not for everybody. It's and some people would I think some people would say this beer is a little bland because it's not bombastic. Everything's kind of working well together, but it's very kind of on the low key, sipping, easy drinking. Again, I've had one of these. I'm pretty sure It's on my channel when Matt from Massive Beer Reviews was here. We had one of these, and it was very, very, very nice. And very, very old, I believe. And it just had this amazing kind of sweetness, savoriness, caramel, tone now. Almost, I might even say it had a little bit of a wonderful hit of a butterscotch and stuff. But it has been quite a long time ago since I had one. So again, I have about 8 in the dungeon over here, and I'm just gonna let them sit and age, and we'll see actually what happens. I did check. I do have a vintage Bigfoot sitting down in the it's the 750 of bourbon barrel aged vintage Bigfoot sitting in the dungeon. However, if I do that, it's going to be on one of those days where I know if I am here and the kids are here, it's one of those ones where I can just drink it and I have nothing to do but water, food, and go to bed. You know what I mean? So today I'm going to run around to the bank and do this and do this. So it's going to be a little beer, wait a couple hours, and act like a human again. So, but probably next week, what was one? Maybe Thursday next week, as long as it's not really crappy and raining out and stuff. Cheers, Beer Hounds Beer Reviews. I'll probably do the vintage bourbon barrel aged Bigfoot on next Thursday at 6 o'clock, 6:30 a.m. here, same time. So yeah, it's a pretty good beer. I would say it's not for everyone, for fresh, because I consider this is probably just only like a year and a half, maybe year old. So I'd give this one like an 8 out of 10. Still not bad. I'm not going to give it an amazing score, but I think this is one of those beers that the older it gets, oh, your hop levels are high. That's good. I think the older this beer gets, I think the better this beer is going to get too, because those malt bases are going to come out and get more savory and sweet and stuff. Because again, I think I had this one that was aged pretty well, and I remember liking it quite a bit. But just wanted to do a little video today, so you guys remember that I'm still alive. Anyway, this has been Paul from PABrewNews. I'll see you next week. Cheers.